Welcome to Science Cove.
Hello and welcome to another recording from the Settlers' New Allies. Make yourselves comfortable while you join us on our journey where we show you that the Settlers series can be great again. Today we'll be going to play a 4v4 match with the members of the community. You'll be seeing the Southern team's perspective from my and my colleagues' views, which reminds me that it is time for some introductions, because as usual I'm joined here by Shuumi. Hello Shuumi.
Hello Daranix. Hello watching people, and welcome to another that has been said already. Congrats me. Yes, we are doing a 4v4, which we rarely do because it's very difficult to get 8 people in a game, and nobody really plays 4v4s out of the ordinary because, well, you need to wait a long time in the queue.
That is true.
And you never get one.
That is true. 4v4s didn't work as good as they should have recently, mainly regarding the queues, the setup of the games. So it generally takes a long time just based on the fact that people are worried that the game will crash or the queue will crash for them, and therefore they are just not looking for such matches, and most of them have to be set up as custom games, which are pre-made, usually throughout the community, which I've already mentioned. By the way, everyone is welcome to join us there.
And we are planning another 4v4 this Sunday, so if you're quick watching this video, if you've gotten to minute 2, join the Discord and join the 4v4. Everyone is welcome. Yeah. We will even make 2 4v4s if we are able to.
That is absolutely right. This actually will be a weekly event if we manage to do so. I would love that actually.
Well, weekly interchanging with maybe some tournaments from time to time.
That is true. That is true, because we are also planning to host many more tournaments in the future, but those might be a little further in the future than these 4v4s. Anyway, yeah. We're playing on the Siren's Cove map. What can you tell me about this map, Shuumi? What are your thoughts about it? What are your feelings?
Let's hear the first thought about this map. It's huge! It's so big! Walking through the map takes like 10 minutes. It's like you build an army and the guy over there has no army at all, but before you get to him, I mean, he is stacked. Other than that, that is one of the few 4v4 maps that is quite fair, as opposed to Paradise, or Lost Paradise, where 2 players are just waiting for their death and the other 2 players are killing the other 2 players. That makes sense.
Exactly.
Two players will die, the other 2 players will then fight between each other.
Exactly. The thing that Shuumi is addressing, I will help him a little right there, it is known for the developer teams as well as for the players mostly of the 4v4 matches that most of the maps are not very well balanced. Some players can enjoy themselves landmarks being easily accessible, and some don't. This is just one of the issues that we could just lumber about, and it is sad, but the developer team is aware of that, and they have already expressed their intentions about the fact that they are willing and they will be fixing these inapproprieties within the maps.
Yeah, let's wait for that.
Well, yeah. Currently, they are working on the console release. Following up on that, we have recently released a console sneak peek. You can sneak peek, so to say, at the console version's controls, so you can look into that in the other video. But anyway, Siren's Cove.
Let's first about the sneak peek.
Yeah.
Let's try something new in the YouTube. You can put a card that will pop up. So let's put a card that will pop up right now.
Ooh.
I'll get it.
Do you think that I've managed to do that? Oh, you will do that. That's good.
I will do that.
Oh, I like that. Okay. Anyway, so the Siren's Cove map, it is pretty big. It is huge, and the fact that it is that huge is not helped by any tunnels. Usually in some of the maps you can see tunnels which your troops can go through, and it will somewhat instantly teleport them through the tunnel. That makes them pass their paths very, very fast. But there are no tunnels on this map, so everything has to be done the old way, so to say, on foot. And
even the smallest 2v2 map has a tunnel.
Does
the value of prayer.
Oh yeah, that is true. That is true.
Yeah.
Well,
No tunnels here.
anyway, maybe that is the intention. I still quite like this map, to be honest, and I am looking forward for the others to be fixed, because those are also very unique. You've already seen probably the Lost Paradise, or you can see it in our channel, and that one, the idea is great in my opinion. But this one, it is not only big, it is also very fair, as we've mentioned. In between the players, which are divided in teams which from one is to the south and the second is to the north. In between them there are some salt lakes, there are some swamps and some lakes. And you have to pass through these to get to the other player, and there can be some bandits you will have to probably handle on your way there. But all of those bandits can be avoided. Is that true?
Yes. Well, not... yes, you can avoid the bandits and just rush your opponent, but beware, he also has 3 archers, so you rush on your own demise.
That is true. That is actually the fact that you can avoid these bandits is the reason for me to build towers in this choke point this early, as I'm doing right now. And there is also another very nasty tactic, which usually no one in the community does, but you can do it if you're that kind of person. The thing I'm talking about is actually the fact that you can join your troops, you can join your initial 3 archers with your allies, and you can team up, and then you've got like, I don't know, 6, 9, even 12 archers ready to rush someone, and you will easily win that way. But there's no fun
Daranix...
nor honor.
Let's get to work.
No, it is not possible in this map.
It's not possible?
You forgot that between 2 players there's always a stacked camp.
There wasn't... Are you sure?
Maybe between the 2 middle players, I always played outside on this map, so I'm not completely sure, but there's definitely a camp between me and the white player.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the middle. I think I've managed to sneak past, but doesn't matter. Just address what's going on your screens. The time has been moved by 10 minutes further because we just didn't want you to watch everything that's being built, because this match took us an hour and... oh, no, 2 hours and a half to finish. Yeah. So it was a pretty long one. We will have to skip ahead by quite some time. And therefore we are in the 80th minute, it was skipped to the 17th, and well, what are we looking for, Shuumi? I think you have actually managed to get your military production going by now, is that right?
I'm beginning probably to build some military, maybe... oh yeah, no, I definitely have some military. I'm looking at the minimap. And my plan is quite simple, see who is on the other side.
I see. Well, I was a little bit more defensive as I usually am. It might look like I'm a little behind regarding the economic, because Shuumi has already put out some of his units, but my general direction is research, once again. That's still my focus at this moment. And therefore I've turtled up behind the towers I've built. I have my academy being built, and I'm preparing some of the resources which I'll need for the initial researches. Funny thing, Shuumi got his research going sooner than me. That is amusing. I will probably surpass you at a certain period, or but
yeah, you will do it quite quickly. I did not go fully on the research. I did some research, but my main goal was to get to the middle. As you see, this this nice road. I wanted to see what's there. I thought it will be gold. I was disappointed, but I also got myself the gems for some tower destroyers.
That is true. You have actually rushed those gems very fast. My engineer is just getting there, and you already could. Are you building the gem mine already? You definitely could.
It is half built, I think.
Oh, nice. And that's very early on. Applause on that.
Yeah. Thank you.
But
it was a quick one.
You could also see that Shuumi was trying to find some berries. There are no berries on this map, at least not anywhere close by. There are some in the middle, of course, but that is hardly accessible. So therefore,
and not for me.
Yes. definitely not for the players who are playing on the sides. And therefore, if you wanna go for some sort of research or anything that is dependent on berries, you actually have to trade for it. And that's actually gonna be something I'm gonna go for, combined with the research. Well, it is a huge map, so I'm playing the long game. Hopefully that works out for me.
Yes, and you can do that here. Well, as long as you defend, you can go for a long game. And defending in this game is not very difficult.
There are some very nicely placed choke points, natural choke points, which well you could already seen with, the first ones, where my towers are built.
Yes, and you will definitely see one for a long time at the end of the video.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. Players get turtle here.
Yes, that's a good tactic. As long as you know how to come out or have a plan to come out. Great tactic.
So it is the 27th minute and our red player, X, is already attacking his enemy who is opposed to his side. And I think he will eventually push through because he had way more troops than the enemy had. This was a little bit advantageous position for him because the opponent he's facing isn't that experienced. And I think when X learned that, he just went for it.
Yes. But to be fair, we had one inexperienced player on both teams. For us it was the white player. And yeah, we were keen on defending him. I mean, I planned to defend him as long as I could have.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I'm keen on you defending me all the time, mainly in our 2v2s.
Not on this map. I will not defend you here.
Oh, that makes me sad.
Well, it's half an hour of walk.
Yeah.
What do you want from me?
There's not a lot of stone, by the way, on this map. Not after you work out well or mine out your queries with the stone out with your queries. Oh, yeah. that was a horrible sentence from me. Anyway, after you mine out these stones with the queries, you can only generate any stone by using 2 stone mines, so you really have to boost these if you want to produce a lot of stuff with that.
Yeah, and just a recap, a stone mine produces less stone than a quarry.
Exactly.
Even with fish, I think 1 quarry with fish beats 2 stone mines.
Yeah, I believe that, definitely. Anyway, you could see my first researches popping up, which always feels great for me. As soon as you get these multiple academies going, it just feels awesome. Every single research going up after another, it just feels awesome. And if you're wondering how to play the research game, by the way, we've recently made a video which just focuses on in a sort of a tutorial style of explanations. Well, it just gives you some tips, some basics on how to focus on research.
Yeah, some first steps. And if you're keen on learning how to play military game, it's not out yet.
Yeah, it's not yet, but Shuumi has already recorded that, didn't she?
I have, yes.
Yeah, so it will only take us the editing and voicing it over.
Exactly.
Now, the stuff that I've just clicked on is a landmark that actually gives you 10 tools at the beginning. It is quite close by your territory, so if you didn't know that and if you're gonna be playing this map, I really recommend you to check that out and go for it. Because 10 tools at the beginning, that's 20 materials, and that's a whole lot. Shuumi went for it way sooner than I did and way quicker than I did, and I must say, I wondered. I think that our scores were pretty even at that point, and I think it should have been. I didn't deserve that at that time.
Well, it's not the score that decides on the game, right?
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
But you are very well built out here. I like these 2 academies and a training ground in the middle. I love that style.
Yeah, the thing is, I remember that if an academy that gets destroyed, right? You don't lose any of the research that's been done there. Obviously,
That is
that would be very annoying. But the academies are also quite expensive buildings, and the enemy usually doesn't want you to have these. So I was thinking, what if I built them here, so that it somewhat taunts the enemy if he gets through the towers. Anyway, you can see the red player is finishing off his opponent, the black player, which is pretty early on, and it's gonna make things a hell lot more difficult for the rest of his team, of the black players team.
And I'm finishing the rebels right here.
Yeah.
There were quite a lot of units here. I think those were 30 units that I had to take down.
Well, to be honest, I can't tell how many units were in between me and my opponent, because my opponent was Akara, and he did that all for me. He have killed all of the bandits in between us. So.
Akara is another player who plays quite like me.
Yeah.
He goes for the military and destroys his opponent as quick as he can.
Actually, if there was one person I didn't want to be matched up against, so to say, it was Akara, and of course I've ended right there. But I dare to say smart enough to build the defenses first. I've learned that from playing against you, Shuumi.
Thank you. At least I'm teaching something.
You're teaching a lot, I think.
I don't know if you remember, but the first 4v4 that we played on this map, it was Akara versus me matched up at one place, at one side, and it was a very explosive matchup. Like he placed himself in front of my towers. Sometime later, oh, you're being attacked.
Oh, that's
sometime
not me.
Later,
that's our newbie, so to say, who, by the way, played very well.
Also started with defenses.
Yes, he had defenses up. Although he lost some engineers right there, so we will have to call them Wrongdoers.
Wrongdoers.
By the way, time has been moved by another 7 minutes because not much has been happening, only some researches were popping out, some buildings were being built, and we are moving towards some more action. Our red player is getting some well-deserved revenge from the northern team, and I believe it is Bearded Bear who is attacking X, is that right?
Yeah, he's setting up some attacks there. But X wasn't stupid. He placed the tower.
Exactly.
And Bear now has problems.
He is not sure whether he should attack. And my units are actually on their way to help X a little. To help the red player.
I think the best thing they could have done is clear the camp towards... Bear clearing the camp towards you. Yes, towards Akara. So that they both could attack one player. Because both of them are very experienced and very aggressive players. And their two armies put together would have been deadly.
I think that's true.
Oh, you can see me here destroying the army of the blue player, who was experienced, but I think he just missed my army marching up and killing his army.
Yeah, I think he didn't react fast enough. He should have fallen back underneath his towers. Anyway,
yes, he should have. He missed that.
I think that Bear actually attacked X because they've got a little spooked, and maybe they thought he will be distracted by his attack, so he could have been a little behind. But the thing is, he wasn't. X is a great player. He can get distracted from time to time, but he is a very good player.
Yeah, and he has a great map awareness.
That's true. He focuses on landmarks a lot because his main faction is Maru, and the Maru engineers can actually pick up twice the amount of resources from, well, anything. And this is painful to watch because Shuumi, he managed to run past or underneath these buildings without getting almost any damage.
Yeah, so that's how a second player dies from their team, but it's still Bear and Akara who is on their team. Those two guys will be problematic.
That is true.
No matter how weak their rest of the team would be.
Exactly. Well, it might seem like this match is closing to an end because the northern team is about to lose another player, and that would make them only, well, half of them, make it only half of them. But the fact is, we will actually lose one player because of the fact that he will unfortunately get disconnected. I will spoil this one up because I don't want you guys to think that this is gonna be boring. It will not, I can assure you. Anyway, you can see that the action is already all over the place. Akara is closing on me, and he thought that I'll have some gems going, so he sent his units to stop that, to destroy my gem mines, because gem mines are generally very expensive buildings. But lucky me, I didn't focus on gems so far. Well, none of them. I didn't want to go for them at all.
Don't you need? Oh no, you don't. You don't go for the research for the. What's the site?
Hull?
No, not Howl. I mean the green research. One of the three selectable researches, and one of them requires you to go for either gold or gems.
That's engineering.
Oh, that's engineering. Okay, yeah. You see that the Daranix plays the research game because I have no idea what I'm talking about.
And that is the second player leaving, dying there. It's gonna be for the northern team once again, but you already know what's gonna happen soon. so it will get a little more even. The idea what's gonna happen, what's happening in my head, by the way, right now is that Akara is closing up on me, maybe moving to Axis location, and I wanna get him in between my two armies. I wanna get him stuck in between my troops. Hopefully I managed to do that. I actually don't remember how this one plays out.
Do you have enough army to beat Akara's?
Well, I'm researched, and one thing I know about Akara,
goes for research too.
But I don't think that he does that as much as I do.
Right.
Hopefully he doesn't.
Well, I'm pretty sure he will have 5 military researchers ready right by now. It's 45th minute.
Well, the odds are at least, for the very least, even. And yeah, I see what I'm going for. I want him to feel like he can be comfortable within my territory. And I'm gonna have the 20% damage bonus on my territory very soon. And that's
soon,
yes, that's when I'm gonna defend and attack.
Oh, player left. Here's the moment where we got a DC. And there will be a try to come back, but the game will just say no.
Actually, this one was the first one just spectating. That was the black player. That wasn't Brisinger. It wasn't our white ally.
You are correct.
But it's gonna happen soon, unfortunately.
Yes.
Is there a job to do?
See, I wanna get him a little deeper into my territory.
And you know what I would do right now? I would go with my engineers, just dig some ground towards your place.
That would be high IQ play, yeah, right there. I don't know why he's retreating right now. Maybe he saw my army, the second part of my army.
Maybe he knows, or maybe there's his bigger army coming up, because he obviously still is producing army.
That is true.
So I think that became a small part of his army right now.
By the way, you can notice that most of his troops are archers. And if you have archers only and the enemy against you has some melee units in his army, you are standing in a bad position.
Yeah, well, you can go a bit more exact. Archers are beaten by the defenders, while the defenders are beaten by the warriors.
Yes.
And the warriors are beaten by the archers, which Ubisoft, I think, did very smartly. I like that.
Holy Trinity for the win.
Or the... not tic-tac-toe. What's it? What's the name?
Enemy in sight.
Scissors, paper... what?
What?
Rock, paper, scissors!
I see, yeah. By the way, I've just been buying berries, and you know what that means. I'm gonna have my pull cards very soon. That's gonna be skipped though, because we've moved by another 11 minutes to the future. All of those things left by from the what was this color actually? From the second
blue.
Huh? Blue.
It was blue.
Yeah, from the blue player.
Changed.
Yes.
What's the target?
And I guess.
And
Huh?
I'm going there actually with my engineers to get some of these,
Really?
but also to build. Yes, I built my coal and iron on that side.
Oh, that's very smart. Annoying but smart.
Yeah, And that's how I figured out that they, that side, so Jin Toxic's side,
Oh yeah.
had 2 coal and 2 iron, while my side only had 1 coal and 1 iron.
I've actually been feasting on your dead body, on your corpse, in the last 4v4 match we've recorded too. So,
Yeah.
it is pretty good to do so.
It feels good, doesn't
Yes,
it?
I'm trying to expand towards the production of more coal and iron, which is the middle in between me and Akara, and his army has actually completely missed my engineers who are hidden in this little choke point.
He is not curious about why the ground is spanning in that direction.
Yes, not at all.
I can't believe that.
I'm so
I can't believe that's
scared of
Akara.
losing 5 engineers right now. That would be annoying.
Yes.
That's 10 resources. I mean, I've got a lot of resources, but still, it's a lot considering you don't get a lot of the stone right there. By the way, I'm trying to lure him into my territory once again. I want him to attack me underneath my towers. I don't think he's gonna go for it though. I don't remember, to be honest.
Enemy
You should
in
move your military away.
Yeah.
Like, be like, oh look, I'm helping X. I'm not in my base. Attack my base, and then just teleport
I'm
back.
doing that actually. Half my army is away.
Oh, okay. All right.
And in fact, half my army is actually helping X right now.
The other half of your army is still going to this iron and coal.
Yeah,
No,
I think, yeah, he's just noticed the engineers. That's annoying. I think he's gonna get them. Once again, I don't remember. It's been a week since we've played this one.
It's an old game.
Oh well.
Enemy in sight.
Listen, Daranix is old. He cannot remember all of this stuff.
Come on, we're almost the same age.
Standing by.
I'm old too, guys.
Here we go. But how about these engineers? Will they live to see another day? Oh, they will! He ignores them.
Trade completed.
Where's his army? Actually, now he could kill your army because your army is. Oh no, it's his army. Okay, no.
Yes, it is.
Our army is under attack.
And what will
Enemy
he do?
in sight.
I would go for the engineers. 5 engineers. It's so
Enemy
expensive.
in sight.
Definitely. It is annoyingly expensive. I actually had to
Yeah.
move
On patrol.
to your perspective, actually,
Enemy in
because
sight.
you will force him. Oh, I remember now. You will force Akara to retreat with his
Yep.
units. He would probably eventually get my engineers right, but he has to recall right there.
Yes, and he does it smartly.
Mm-hmm.
He waits for my units to come close to kill one of them.
Yeah. You probably wouldn't
They are
dive
expensive.
underneath the towers, right? So
Not with his army there.
Yeah.
No.
so he's done it perfectly.
Yes. And there you go. Now the game begins of either they break out or Akara breaks out, or he will just slowly die.
Yeah.
And let's see what they do, because the bear is also there. The bear could help, but we have four people. But we have 3 people now.
Mm-hmm.
So you've skipped the leading of a player.
Yeah, because there was a huge desynchronization loading screen.
Yes. But then we have 3 players versus 2 players, and they have a great army production.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see who's better now. Are we better at sieging them, or are they better at defending and breaking out?
Yeah, in fact, I know that Akara is trading a lot. Either Akara or Bear, because I know my allies are not, and I'm the only one from my team who is. So you can actually see the prices to get inflated if another player is trading for the same material as you are. And coal, for example, it's so expensive by now.
Mm-hmm. It's a rare commodity, isn't it?
It is. I've got two harbors going for the trading,
Research completed.
and I can only imagine how many they got.
Enemy in sight.
I bet one each.
At least.
At least one each.
I mean, if you find yourself to be in this situation, stuck between behind your defenses, with
Recruitment.
with a good ability to defend yourself, but also a little or small ability to get out, you need to go heavily into trading. By the way,
Exactly.
yeah.
That is how you break out. You go for a trade and hope that you are quicker than your enemy at that,
Yeah,
because you need something additional, some more army
Exactly.
production.
and you need to think
research.
through your research and also through the coordination with your ally.
Yeah.
Now, you could have noticed that throughout my 3 academies, all the extra, the third guilds are research or open, unlocked by now. I've got my damage reduction. I think it's 30% damage reduction near trees. I've got damage on my territory, and I will soon have 25% bonus damage on the enemy's territory. After I got that, I will go for the Howl. I probably should have done that sooner, but I just didn't want to go for the gems because it was contested for me, and I just wanted them to serve as a decoy, that's all.
An ally is under attack.
I see that. Okay. I was wondering because actually Howl is way better than those
Enemy
25%.
in sight.
It is.
Because you do need to get on an enemy territory to have the 25%. And
Yes.
more often than not, the opponent stands on their territory because they have their 20% on their territory,
Exactly.
and they will not let you enter there. Not that easily.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. Yes, as I said, it would probably be smarter to go for the Howl, especially at the point where I have 2 harbors and I could just trade for the resources needed for the Howl. And I think I will do so
Enemy
shortly,
in sight.
but I just felt like
Research completed.
the knowledge that your enemy doesn't have the Howl, right? That is quite enough. When your enemy gets the Howl, you definitely need to get that ASAP.
Enemy in
But
sight.
if they don't, well, you're not that pressured.
Yeah. Well, either. Oh, I'm being attacked right by now. Are you jumping there? The attack was quite interesting.
Yes.
Please.
Now? Are you getting attacked now? You are not.
Well, no, he's
ally is under
closing up.
Don't worry, don't worry.
All right. I hope that I believe you that we will
I will
see
jump.
him attacking
I
me.
will see. I will make sure to for our viewers to see everything.
Trade completed.
All right. I believe there are. I shouldn't.
And I'm going for the Hull
Oh.
right now, trading for the necessary meat. Yeah. Just a minute after we were speaking about
An
it.
ally is under attack.
And you also, I think, also
Enemy in sight.
have. Oh no, you didn't. You don't have the not elementalist, the ritualist to cast the howl. So you still have some ways to go in order to use the howl. Actually,
Yeah.
but hey, it's underway.
That's true. Well, I still have to research it and trade for it in the first place, but I think I'm gonna go for the shrine, which produces the ritualist casting the howl very shortly.
Research.
What were you trading for? Were you trading for bread?
For meat.
An ally is
For
under
meat.
But,
So you're producing meat. Okay.
yeah, well, I've got the production of meat set up so that it's enough for my unit production, but it's not enough so that it can be used for 3
No,
academies.
I was asking what you're selling.
Oh yeah, I'm selling flour.
Flour.
That's why
Okay.
there's so many windmills and
Why?
farms.
Why flour and not bread?
Because flour is more expensive than bread. Oh, but you can double. Ah,
But
that's
you produce 2 bread.
yeah. This is what Shuumi wanted me to show off.
Yes, he attacked me. I'm defending. Come on.
Ally is under attack.
Yeah.
Definitely defending.
Yes, you are defending, and you are defending very
Yes,
well.
I am defending.
You have waited for Bear to actually dive underneath your towers, and when you get your enemy to do so, you can just enjoy him getting shredded when you recall your units on the tower.
Ally is under attack.
It works
Yes.
perfectly.
And they cannot really back up because they are also taunted
Exactly.
by the decoys. And so at least a big chunk of the army dies. And I remember having the decoys somewhat boosted,
Yeah.
so that they could at least taunt 20 or maybe even 30 units
We've, by the
Which was
way,
enough.
moved by 3 minutes to the future, so to say, because, well, Axis army had to retreat, and I'm trying to station my units near these trees, as I've mentioned before, because I've got the damage received
Enemy in
bonus.
sight.
I love that they are just so weirdly placed beneath two trees.
And just enjoy the strength of the research.
Enemy in sight.
We had pretty even numbers of troops right there, and he even had healers.
Yeah, but
Enemy
the research
inside.
actually did the job here. That's really nicely done.
Yeah, I mean, just the hull to go, and it's gonna be invincible, an invincible army.
An ally is under attack.
Well, invincible until you see this.
Oh yeah,
Bear, I hate you.
there are so many towers from their sides.
I'm not against going to full turtle mode, but there is a limit, and Bear didn't know it.
I mean, is there? He just wanted us
Apparently
to
not.
fight for it.
Apparently not.
Yeah.
It got so far that I just thought, well, maybe I should build some berserkers and just jump over the hill there. That would have been quicker than
That would
destroying
have been
those
awesome,
towers.
actually.
But sadly, Bear also has a sizable army. I need to deal
But luckily
with this
for
army,
you.
and berserkers are not good for that.
Luckily for you, you've got a lot of elementalists right there.
I do, but I kind of cannot get the ranged research done.
How so?
So his archers, so because I have my coal on the other side of the world, if I want to research this, the range, which requires you to get 10 coal, they are just bringing it from the other side of the world, and that costs. That is a lot of time.
Yeah,
lost
because
there.
you don't want to interrupt your unit production.
An ally is under attack.
That was not necessarily the problem. It's just the people need to go there, grab free coal, come back, and they cannot do that too
Oh,
often.
there was a little gap for me within the inflation of the coal prices. I loved it. enjoyed getting it immediately. By the way,
I feel like you should have just inflated it more so that Akara couldn't have bought, or Akara or Burst
I
couldn't
didn't have
bought.
more coins. Anyway, half of mine and the entirety of Axis, the red players' army, are getting set up at Bear's border because we will try to attack there. That's our plan right now.
Yeah. And Bear is very well defended. Let's call it that.
Do you not have a harbor? You could actually trade for the gold. Oh, you've got the gold.
I had so much coal in this game, but the coal is on the other side of the world.
Well, on
I had
Gina's
no
side.
problems with coal. Yes.
I need some rest.
I had absolutely no problems with coal. I just had problems with how to get it there.
Yeah. But generally, when you want to go for research, you want to have your research facilities as close as possible to the production units, production buildings of these materials that are required for the research. So, if it's all the way across the map, well, at least from the southern to the northern side, that is way too far away.
Yes, well, my thoughts were that I want to produce army, obviously. And I don't care if the coal gets there like 5 minutes later. It's a continuous process, so whenever it gets used, and that's fine. But because I'm waiting for an exact thing for the research to be done, and I need exactly those 10 or 20, was it 10? No, that was 20. For those 20 coals, I just, it takes a long time.
Enemy in sight.
Back to the trees,
Yeah, exactly.
boys. No time
I
for
mean,
us.
by now he probably knows what I'm trying to do with the research, but I've got way too few troops to destroy this army. I will just slow him and make him think that I've lost everything. And finally, I'm
I
going
think he
for
knows.
the Shire. Shrine. Shire. What the hell?
Yeah, the hobbits will be happy.
Yeah.
An ally
There's also
is
a
under
map called the
attack.
Shire.
Oh, that's gonna be the issue.
Enemy in sight.
Yeah, let's see this slaughter. Oh, well, let's...
No, I don't want to see it. Or maybe I do actually.
Slaughter? No slaughter. Lord doesn't see slaughter. There was no slaughter.
Well, they make him work for it at least.
An ally is under attack.
Oh yeah, I wanted to
slaughter.
try and recall them,
Yeah,
even though
doesn't
I
work.
know it doesn't work. But I wanted to try exploit a little bug, maybe.
Yeah, good idea. Doesn't work.
Yeah, but generally, that's the idea, right? If you get the enemy underneath them or into combat, well, they can't recall. And that is actually a thing Bear should have waited for when he attacked you and you recalled to the tower and destroyed his army. He should have probably waited for you to get into combat with your army when you were at Akara's border. And then attack.
Yes, he should have. I just wouldn't attack. I
Right.
did not plan to start a fight.
Well then, he couldn't have done anything better than he did.
Well, he could have not lost the army. He could have just stayed. Maybe get something that can kill the decoys and the towers from afar.
Right? He didn't have any... Did he not have any elementalists at that time? I think he...
Well, he is one of the players in the middle. He does not have the gems.
Oh, so he had to trade for it. But I think I've seen like one
Yeah.
or two elementalists there. So he must have traded for it.
Maybe because they are expensive.
But then again, you can
They
also...
cost 5 times 60 gold.
Yes, but then
which is
again, you can go
310.
for the golden siege unit, which often gets overlooked in my opinion, and it's not that bad unit, honestly. It's also a very cheap unit.
It is a good unit. I think it's inferior to the long range because the long range just don't die. They don't get wasted. Whilst the gold unit they have shorter range and they do
Well,
die.
yeah, but to get 80 or 65, I don't know, 80 or 65 gold, it takes way less time than to get 80 gems which are necessary to produce the elementalists.
Since we are Yorn, 60.
Oh, right. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, Akara is closing up on me once again because he's not being attacked by you nor by the red army anymore. And this time I seem to have only a few units because, if you can remember, I've made him think that I've lost my entire army at the trees to the north at his area. But little he knows, I have part of my army stationed at the Turkish players' Bears border.
Yeah, but also I think he knows that because you are on the bears inside
Right,
the bears
and
borders.
just enjoy research in its full strength right now. Watch the health of his units. It just evaporates. Also, my towns are very well researched with their
I
range,
don't think they are very well researched.
and that's the recall.
Recalled.
I think you have just one research on the stance. Just the
An
range
ally is
research.
under attack.
Yes, but that's all I needed.
Well, I'm not denying that, but that's not very well researched.
Well, for this fight it is, but in general, no. You want to have the health researched of the towns of the decoys, and you also want to have more units to get taunted by them, because the initial limit is 10 units, I believe.
An ally is under attack.
Yes.
And you can make them taunt like 50 or 100.
100.
Yeah, 100.
About 100. Okay, here we try a push on Bear, but his defenses are goddamn incredible.
Yeah. He doesn't have he's done it all the way around. He doesn't have the ranged research yet on his decoys, but he does have the health probably, at least some of it, because it takes a hell lot of time to destroy them.
Enemy in
Yeah,
And I think if I didn't, we could have won it by now. Because if I didn't recall my part of the army, I would have had a lot of bonuses on his territory and stuff like that. And we could have probably pushed through.
enemy
But
Yeah.
and the thing is, I probably didn't have to recall. But it just felt so good.
yeah, it definitely did. I'm not
enemy in sight.
not thinking bad about you there, but right now because he had such defenses and his decoys were still well placed, he had enough to kill off our 2 armies.
Yeah.
And so we now begin
Enemy
from
inside.
0, building out whatever we have to do to beat him.
Yes.
Actually, them.
Enemy
Akara is still
inside.
there.
That is probably another part of the tactic you should go for while going for the defensive strategy when you are few than the enemy team is. If you get turtled behind your defenses and the enemy is at your border, wait for them to attack, destroy their armies, and get out after that, if you can manage to do so.
Yeah, I'm always thinking about when something like that happens, to place my my units or part of my units somewhere behind so that he doesn't see them. And when he starts attacking, when he's getting greedy, when he attacks one of the decoys, just teleport them in.
Yeah. That's actually a good idea. My house are going in.
I'm selling my plans for the future.
My house are coming in, but I have just a few less
Enemy inside.
troops than the enemy has, than Akara has, so I need to retreat again.
Our army is
Our side, the eastern side of the map is, well, in between the 1st and the 2nd hour,
trade
it was pretty much a duel area. We were exchanging one attack after another, and neither of us had the elementalists to push through their, well, our respective defenses. I've spent all my gems on rituals and research, and Akara, he didn't have the access to gems after we've denied that from him.
Yeah, but I also like that there is at least one area where there's fight between the 2 players, because, well, my area got cleared in like 40th minute, maybe 30th. X also cleared his area quite quickly.
Yeah.
Bear areas got just left.
Yeah.
And so there was this one area where the fight was still going on, and it was fine.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna have my 2nd level of Howl soon though, and that's 100% damage bonus. That's huge, that's a lot.
For 10 seconds,
Yes.
yes.
I'm also closing up on the ranged research for my elementalists, which I don't have any so far, but I know we will need them for bear eventually.
Our army is
I can
under
bet
attack.
I'm trying to research the ranged elementalist for like 10 minutes already. Maybe even longer.
Did you even get it at the end?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, but it was... I then had maybe 2 or 3 elementalists, because all of them died right there. And I was going for the research mainly. So not too many elementalists got born after that. Also, unfair, I had only 1 gem spot, so I could not have
me
gotten
too actually.
too many
Did
gems.
the northern players
Yeah.
have more? They did, right?
Akara had 2, yes.
So the map is not as fair as we've said.
Yeah, it's still more fair than the one where you can just get 20 units for free every 10
yeah,
minutes.
that's the Dark Cliffs map Shuumi is talking about. It looks a little similar to Siren's Cove, which we're playing right now, but the Dark Cliffs, it actually is really bad with the fact that the northern team, because the teams are also divided into a northern and a southern team. The northern team actually has a lot more possibilities to get their engineers to the middle, where they can claim all these units very easily without any fight.
Enemy inside.
And that's not
Yeah,
achievable from the southern team, because they can't sneak their engineers into there.
Yes, because they are blocked by the rebels. And
Exactly.
it's, what's it
Enemy
called?
inside.
A hotspot? No, what's it called? Whoa. What is the name of the pin marks on map? What do you call them?
Landmarks?
Landmarks! Man, good thing you're here. there are landmarks that give you 10 units.
Yeah.
Enemy inside.
Oh, I feel a fight coming in. Are we fighting?
Again?
Yeah.
You just finished the fight.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, I've even skipped quite a few fights, I think. Because it is just one exchanging of units after another.
We should one day just make a video where we just show off all the fights. Like not of a single game, but of every single game that we've ever played and uploaded.
The thing for
Only
me,
the fight.
thing for me is that I always want Akara to think that I only have a few units. I have very much smaller army than he does. But this is 100% boost from Howl.
yeah.
I'm near trees. I'm on my territory. He can't win this one.
No swamp though,
Yeah.
Enemy in
and no
sight.
ooze.
Ooze is actually problematic because I'm using all my fishes on stone boosting all the
Enemy
time.
in sight.
And you've probably seen what happened
There
right
are-
there, right?
Yeah, I saw it. But there are only two.
Under attack.
What's it called? Two.
Enemy
Come
in
on.
sight.
I'm so bad. Two mines, two stone mines.
Mm-hmm.
You're actually still losing it.
I'm not.
Number wise.
I mean,
Yeah, you even retreated a bit to run away in case this goes south.
with the ritualists, yeah, because they were pushing forward all the time, and I didn't want them to die. But I had like 2/3 of his army count, so
Yeah. Yeah, what Akara should have done, he should have probably pushed a few archers to attack your ritualist
Yes.
first.
I was actually very
Advanced tactics.
worried about that.
Duty calls.
Yeah, because it's very easy to lose the ritualist, and they are expensive. If they are valuable, if they have the howl,
Mm,
they are the units that are more important than the army. Actually,
exactly. But we are moving another 5 minutes to the future, and you are changing the strategy. Both you and X, and even my part of the part of my army, which is stationed at Bear's border, we are all moving towards Akara. Let's move it another 3 minutes. You could have seen Shuumi building defenses, by the way, a minute ago, because he just wanted to make sure that Bear can't push through.
Ready for duty.
And we're just going,
just like
we're just
last
going for Akara because we think that his defenses are not as strong as Bear's are.
Trade complete.
they are acceptable,
Mm.
I'd say.
Yeah. Well,
Enemy in sight.
I must say
Enemy in
that
sight.
I'm a little surprised that Akara actually defended his gem mines like this.
What's the target? Enemy in sight.
This. Ow.
Enemy in
They were
sight.
important. They were important
Mm.
for him. And I'm actually, I don't know why he didn't defend them like this in the first
Mm.
place.
We will have to test though.
Yeah.
We will have to test whether the northern players have something. Well, maybe they have one stone mine less or something like that. Probably not, but they gotta have something limited a little more than we have, because they've got these extra gem mines.
An ally is under attack.
Yeah, I don't know. Generally not something that
An ally is
that
under
Ubisoft
attack.
thinks about, I feel like.
Well, I don't think they had the time for it.
Maybe.
By the way, you can see my units are already regenerating their health even during combat, and I've got the ranged upgrade on my elementalists. You could have seen that. I'm the orange player right there, but you will not see my perspective anymore because I kind of had full hard disk, so I couldn't record anymore. So you will only see Shumi's angle from now on.
Is under attack.
But anyway,
Better one either way.
I think at this point I'm fully researched.
My body hurts.
Yeah. It can be. I like fully researched. I don't think you went for every single research, but you were close at the end. That you said, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the plan here was simple. We want to kill Akara's army. We don't care about the gem mines. We want the army, so that we can easily walk into his base camp and kill there. And that's what we're doing right now.
You've separated a few elementalists from your army
Enemy in sight.
with the idea you wanted to backdoor probably, but what happened to them?
What? Oh, at the beginning they are there, or they died. I
I don't think
they're
you've
there.
executed the idea.
No, they are there.
So you just cancelled that.
What do you mean?
Well, the idea to go all in.
Oh, to backdoor
Yeah.
here. Oh yeah. Okay. So To be specific, I think X said that he wanted to kill them under the other towers, while I think this was way more interesting because this is not as well protected as that other place. Anyway, he said that we should kill them there, and so I just revoked that idea and went through.
Ah, yeah.
And you see, we just killed Akara's units, and look at that! This guy is a monster at creating army.
Yeah.
Enemy in sight.
How many training grounds do you think he has?
About 11.
An ally is under attack.
I don't think he wanted to
Enemy in sight.
play anymore at this point. He knew that he's probably gonna get overrun, and he could have stationed his units underneath the towers. He didn't have to rush them this forward.
Is under attack.
I just think he just wanted to see the end of this.
No, I think he knew full well what he was doing because, well, either the Elementalists will destroy the towers or his units will die there, so he had no choice. It was his death. And Akara who did want to play it because Bear was there and they are good friends and they do like to play with each other. And I bet Bear was like, oh, I want them to fight for it. Let's make them fight for it. And Akara was like, yes.
Ah, yeah. That's probably what happened. That's more likely.
Bear, if you're listening to that, please tell me that this was the case.
My body hurts.
Well, you can leave that down
Also,
in the
Bear,
comments.
that was your voice, right?
An ally is under attack.
Oh, Bear was helping?
Oh, I didn't even notice that. But Akara
What?
didn't Akara just left?
Enemy in sight.
No, he didn't.
An ally
He's
is
there.
under attack.
He will aid in this fight. You were here, you here were like, oh, we come back, we have to fight on their ground because of my plus 25%.
Oh.
And I'm like, our army is 5 times as big as theirs, come on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember.
But I understand
We also had the hull. Yeah.
that. Yeah. No need. But that's fine. But they still defended well. Oh, and your army right there. Missing completely?
Ally is under attack.
I'm not proud of this, but it happens to all of us, so, to the best of us.
That's what you call backdooring. It's just
Yeah.
not
Oh, yeah,
successful
that was
this time.
that was my strategy all along.
Yeah. So this player Akara is going down. Let's hope. Oh, he was also rebuilding the towers. I don't know if you
Yeah,
noticed-
they
if
were
you
committed
noticed that in the game.
to let us fight for it,
Yeah.
but this was
They
obvious
won.
that it was at the end. So we're
Yeah,
moving.
and there Akara left.
We're moving by another 5 minutes. A little typo in the top left corner. Don't mind that, please. Shuumi, Shuumi and his engineers were moving their territory so that Shuumi can have the damage bonus on his territory as well. And we will try to siege Bear's fortress.
Yeah, and to that typo, you can just delete that before you upload the video. I was so nice. I was thinking, well, I will not mention. I noticed that, and I was like, I will not mention that.
I
We can
didn't
cut that out.
realize we're. I can. So you will probably not see any typos here. My
I would
bad.
leave it now.
My bad.
I would leave it now. Come on, it's so.
Oh, the ranged
yeah, Bear
bound is
also
so annoying.
upgraded. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes the elementalists cross, even though they've got the ranged upgrade, right? They will overstep sometimes, and they get taunted.
Exactly. And I already have the ranged upgrade, so I feel a bit safer with my elementalist right there.
Ally is under attack.
Although they're dying. But we still have to get through a lot of meat. There are so many towers. He's researched it all.
And we are
Funny thing, yep.
we are very well deep into the game. It's 2 hours and 8 minutes.
Yeah. I was talking with Bear today, and I said, well, Bear, maybe next time, this Sunday, maybe don't build that many towers. And he said, well, that was the first time I built that more than 2 towers. Meanwhile, in the game he was playing and I was watching, he built like 17 of those.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I see what you're training here.
Look at the range! Look where my elementalist got taunted from. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I think I didn't see the decoy underneath the the
Enemy in sight.
beacon. Yeah, thank you.
I think I'm hurt.
Yeah. I also just reminded myself, I wanted to say that I never saw the animation of the beacon before, but you showed it to me.
Oh yeah,
Thank you.
at the beginning, right?
Yeah. You took one and you looked at the animation, and I was like, well, this is an animation.
And it's beautiful.
When did they add that? That's quite nice, yeah. I like that. The helix, helix converging wisps.
Oh yeah,
There you go.
that's probably even a better name that they've got for it.
An ally is under attack.
Oh yeah, it's probably like fireflies.
Yes.
Anything else?
Well,
I forgot about that. I got my engineers here to take some of his ground. I then realized I'm actually not helping you
Oh.
because you are losing your boost
yeah, because
on my ground.
it is actually funny because the game incentivizes you to attack more, just a little, but the citizens have the defensive upgrade, right? It is very easily accessible, and
Yeah.
you've got 20% damage bonus on your territory. But the engineering, it allows you to have 25% on the territory of the enemy. So, well, that is 5% more. So the game generally incentivizes you to be aggressive in the late game. Because obviously you will get these engineer upgrades. It is the last upgrade in the Engineers Guild. So it will cost you.
It's an expensive one. It's 1,000 gold.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited.
It's a lot of bread and a lot of flour.
But Bear is... I must address how he's defending. He is doing so good. Because he's not only built great defense line, he's also, and that's probably the most important part, he stationed his archers underneath these towers and in between these decoys. And that's the most important thing you have to do. Have them there and have them focused on the elementalists. If you find yourself in this position,
It's
you
annoying,
probably
isn't it?
want to have archers and archers only.
I wonder right now, if he could have just moved back with his towers and be quicker building a new row of towers and decoys than we destroying them.
Ready to serve.
Oh, he could have been so much more annoying. I have to talk to Geber now. Yeah, this game was crazy. Seeing this annoyed me so much. I know that I am an annoying player, but I play always with a plan of winning. And if I don't see a plan of winning, I give up. And that's right here. Oh my goodness, it annoyed me.
I almost feel like I should have skipped this part, but I think that I'm gonna make Bear happy, and I will let him enjoy us for a bit.
Yeah.
What are my
Definitely.
troops doing though?
Standing by.
An
They are.
ally is under attack.
There.
Oh, they are moving towards towards the towns that are more further away. I see.
Oh, okay, yeah, but did he have their towns auto? I don't think they were auto.
Standing by.
I think he was doing all of that
And
manually,
on purpose.
which is even more
Annoying.
what's the word? Not impressive.
Oh yeah. By the way, X is very passive at this point. I think it's been quite a long game for him, because usually he goes for 1v1s. He specializes on 1v1s, and therefore this is probably quite long for his playstyle. And he didn't have the elementalist nor the ranged research, so it's just me and Shuumi trying to peel through this onion.
Yeah, and I with my one elementalist, I'm very quick at that.
Yeah. I've got 2, and I've got more on the way. You can see on the minimap on the bottom left corner a big fat red and orange line. Red line is actually thicker because X is producing a lot of units, but my units are mostly elementalists and siege units, so that's something that's
And I
coming
could-
at least.
Listening.
I couldn't have sent my units like that because there were rebels in the middle of the way, and I
Oh.
couldn't have sent them. So I every time needed to come back to resend them in a block.
Yeah.
Here I am. I was thinking which will happen first. Will I build the tower or will we win the game? I still don't remember what happened.
Really?
My body hurts.
I don't know what happened first.
Ready?
I don't know if I looked at that after or when the game was finishing.
I'm also building a lot of the LRA special units at this point because I know that he's got his archers stacked up in between these decoys, and the LRA ranged unit AoE can clear that pretty easily.
Yeah, I did not think about that.
Yeah, but these towns, the units just overstep like this, and I'm losing them very fast. And he also has bastions. If you don't know that, bastions are healing a lot.
Yeah, you can even upgrade them. They can heal more.
Yeah. And
Here
more
it is. I'm like, okay, well, this is too long. I'm going for berserkers.
Your warehouse is full. You can't store any more wood at this point.
Yes. Well, I had nothing to build except for this tower.
Imagine a scenario where bear would just push through us and destroy us.
Don't rush me.
Can't.
I mean, it's probably not possible, but I would be very impressed.
Yes. Yes, and Bear was producing a lot of army, but this was the time where Bear started saying, come on, I have like 15 units left, you can just rush through the towers. And we were like, oh, those towers do hurt a lot, we are not doing that. Ain't no way. Because he has the towers, the special attack of those towers also upgraded. And while a tower, the special attack of a tower does not normally kill an archer, he will even kill a defender with that special attack of a single tower.
I must say that I think there should be a cooldown, a visible cooldown on the recall when your unit gets into combat. Because immediately as the unit leaves the combat, you can recall them. And I don't think that's good. Because imagine a scenario in which Bear would be building berserkers. Behind everything that's going on, right? And he would have jumped over a cliff somewhere else with his berserkers, and he would have just backdoor you with them. He could have done that. He could have just jumped over your defenses somewhere else, and he could have just enjoy attacking your warehouses. Well, actually, your only warehouse.
My only warehouse, yeah. I'm amazed that you just came up with that idea, because that's an amazing idea.
You only have one warehouse. You would definitely not. Well, not definitely, but you would probably not notice that. Because you are all in there. You have to min-max the ability of your elementalists to fight through these towers as much as possible. So if he was to jump over the cliffs and well avoid your defenses,
I'm always thinking that that I have quite a good map awareness, but 2 hours and 20 minutes in.
Yeah, you just lose that.
Yeah, I would have missed that. This game was a bit too long. It was very taxing to play the game.
But I felt amazing after it, to be honest.
Did you?
Yeah.
After the game, the people playing went, "Do you want to play again?" And I was like, no.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I was destroyed. The game was a bit too long, a bit too much for me. I probably should have just shut down around this point. I should have just went, oh, we'll win it in 5, 10, 15 minutes. That's fine. But no, I always am full power. I am winning this game, and until that's done, I will not give up.
But just imagine that. It would take 30 to 40 berserkers to do so, right? Because he...
To do what?
To backdoor you. To destroy...
To backdoor me. If I don't see it, well, he can do it with one, but...
You still have some of your units in production, and they would have killed the berserker.
No, I say if I haven't noticed that he's attacking my warehouse, then he would have destroyed me.
Oh,
but yes,
yeah.
I do have enough units back here or even back at the base to
Well,
defend.
when I'm saying that he wouldn't notice, I'm talking about up until the alerts pops up. Because you would get
Okay.
a lot of alerts at the warehouse. And I think you
Okay,
would
yeah.
probably notice that.
But don't you also have only one warehouse?
Nope, I've got to.
Ah, you have to. Oh, you're
But
protected.
when you go for so much research, you kind of have to have the warehouse next to the
Yeah.
academies.
Yeah. I didn't remember. Wow. So, in this game, as it turned out, I was destroying the left side and Daranix was destroying the right
Yeah.
side. And for the longest time, I only had one elementalist destroying the left side slowly but surely. I actually thought we went in from the right side.
Yeah,
I did not remember
I've
that
switched
it was
to
me
your
who
side
destroyed
at
it all.
one point. Because I've noticed that the
Ah.
left side was full of bastions.
Enemy
Yeah, okay.
Enemy
That might have been the
inside.
case. Forgot it.
I kept
Finally.
at least 2 elementalists at all time, I
Enemy
think.
Yeah.
in sight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I lost every single elementalist except for one or maybe 2.
Yeah.
The second one came in. I know that I have probably like five elementalists on the way, but
me
they're
too.
just not there
Ally
yet.
is under
Well, anyway, guys,
Oh, there they are.
if you've managed to get to this section of the video, you are crazy because
Congratulations.
it took you an hour and, well, 11 minutes at this point. Anyway, we appreciate you very much if you did that, and we would like you to join our community, whether you're going to be playing on console, whether you just want to watch, or whether you just want to discuss. Join us, have some fun with us, and yeah, we would like to see you there.
An ally is under attack.
Another thing, we're gonna start asking if you could subscribe to the channel. Please hit that, we would appreciate that.
Enemy in sight. Enemy in
That
sight.
was better at the beginning of the video, but that's for the next time.
Enemy in
Okay.
sight.
Well, space for improvement.
Yes. We are new to the whole YouTube thing.
What? Oh, yeah,
there's-
new. Hmm.
Enemy
There,
in sight.
yes, new.
Enemy in sight.
Understood wrongly right there. Well, anyway, I think I should do the outro right here.
Under attack.
I've
luck.
done it a little too soon. But
Oh, yeah, that's it.
we're
Okay.
winning right now. But anyway, just if you want to, you can repeat the outro I've done a minute ago. Join us, join the community, play with us, play with the community, participate in the tournaments, in the 4v4s, discuss with us, have fun, enjoy the settlers. See you in the next one.
And thank everyone who played in this game.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Bye.
Bye.